A lot's happened since yesterday.
Okay, so you go in with Disturbed right when they're releasing 10,000 Fists. So the major boom is happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does a day to day look like pre that versus holy shit 5 years after that? Like, is it a night and day kind of?
So day to day, for to start off, for me, the biggest challenge was learning the players in the industry and getting my name out there to make those connections and be able to call people on a dime, you know, and ask for help or ask for advice or do those kind of things. So I mean, I remember my first week, I was just emailing people left and right, which looking back, maybe was not the wisest thing to do. And a lot of them thought I was pretty crazy. And they honestly thought I was bored out of my mind. Like I was wishing them a good day, you know, like that was, I didn't have anything to say because I didn't know what I was doing. So, hey, you know, our attorney, hope you have a great day, you know, like, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But it was also smart because I got in people's heads and they got familiar with me, and it helped progress me a little bit quicker than I think if I would have sat back and not been aggressive. So that was how things were at first, you know. The other thing was, you know, it was 10,000 Fists and then we were wrapping it up. So that was almost, for me, that was a wash. Like I learned a lot, but I really didn't get to get my hands dirty until the next album, which I think was Indestructible, I think.
Yes, sir.
And that was really where it all came together, you know, for me. And I felt like I started, you know, having a voice and making a little bit more waves. And, you know, people were kind of recognizing me a bit more. You know, 5 years into this thing, you know, I went from a guy who was scouting bands and emailing bands and wanting to work with different bands besides Disturbed and couldn't get a phone call, to 5 years later having some of the biggest bands in the industry know who I was and wanting to work with me. And I think for me, that was when I knew, okay, like I'm doing something right and my reputation is going down the right path, and you know, people want to work with me. I mean, that was a good thing.
And would you say that was more of just full on keep your head down, focus on the task, get the job done, do the best you can, mixed with little networking? Because a lot of people think it's mostly the who you know and not the what you know. And I think they lose fact of is you got to be able to do the fucking job before you know anybody, because why would they give a crap about knowing you kind of thing?
You have to do your job for sure. And your job isn't what you think it is. You have to go beyond your job. And if you go beyond what you're expected to do, that's when you become successful. If you're just doing your job, that's not enough. It's an industry where that is not enough. The relationship aspect is certainly important as well. And, you know, as Ralph kind of said earlier, I was lucky enough where I was deemed as one of the kindest people in the music industry. And let me tell you, it's filled with dicks. And so to stand out on the opposite spectrum of that really helped me. And again, really was something that I used to my advantage to create relationships with all sorts of people. And I was never one to look to burn bridges. I was always looking to build them. I was looking to repair any that maybe have been burned by other people around me. And doing that really was something that leveraged me and helped me advance up the ladder in the industry itself.